You got it.
Okay. Welcome, you guys. We're so glad you're here. My name is Jenny Fellows, and this is my coach, Erin. We live across the street from each other. So welcome tonight. We just hope to give you lots of information, lots of inspiration, and just give you a sneak peek into what it is to be a Beachbody coach. So like I said, my name is Jenny. I actually have been a coach for 5 years this month. And I actually said no to Erin for 2 years. Mm-hmm. True story. Threw away Shakeology samples and everything. Now I'm like, what? But when I started, I went all in. And just to give you like really quick, I got great results with the 21-Day Fix, one of our great programs. And Erin approached me and she said, have you thought about being a coach? And I looked at her like she had horns. I'm like, me? Like, I'm not a coach, because she'd been doing it for a while. So I was playing that comparison game. And I was like, I'm not an expert. I don't know what to do. She's like, you don't have to be an expert. And she was so right. I fell in love with the products. I fell in love with Shakeology. I fell in love with home workouts. I fell in love with myself again. And I literally wanted to go on the rooftops and shout to people, I have the solution. And I seriously do have the solution. I still have the solution. I 100% believe in these products. This is not a fad or a quick fix. This is our life. And I have, as I was 42 at the time, I'm 47 now. I've been rejuvenated because of this. First person I helped was my mom. And my mom's still drinking Shakeology to this day. And my daughter has changed her life because of these programs. So you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be in a certain place in your fitness. I was 30 days into my workouts and finding myself. But I asked people to join me and do this with me. That's all there was to it. There's never any selling. This is just sharing. But truly, if you are completely new to Beachbody and you don't know much about Beachbody, we have workouts, we have fitness, and we have, those are the same thing, aren't they?
Workouts and
fitness are the same thing.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
And we have nutrition. And that's what so many of us struggle with, was nutrition. But most of all, you see all these beautiful faces here with community.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. That is something I didn't realize I needed in my life until it was part of my life. I did not realize this was missing. And it's something you cannot explain to somebody until you're a part of it.
Wait, I'm going to jump in for a second.
Yes.
So like today I was talking to someone who, whatever, she wants to do this, but she goes, I just don't think I'm going to be successful because I've been trying to go to the gym all week and I haven't been able to do it. So if I can't do that, then I can't do this. And I was like, but that means you can do this because you will have the community that's like, sister, show up. Like, we care. Like, that's the thing is like, we don't sell products
and then see you later.
And then we're like, hey, see ya. Let me know how that goes. Like, literally, we hook you up with a solution and then plug you into our community and our accountability and our tribe, like the tribe, which is, you can't put it into words until you're in it. And that's why you show up. And we make sure that you follow through. And we check in with you.
Like, we're with you every single day.
But not in a judgment way, like in a loving way.
Yes.
Like, that's the thing. And I think that's what Jenny was like, maybe scared, like, well, Erin's my neighbor. And if I don't do this and if I fail, like, crap, right? It's hard to feel in front of people.
It raised my lid. I'm trying to think of the right word. And my accountability. First of all, I invested in something. And I didn't want my husband to be like, oh, there she goes again, buying something and not following it through. I wanted to prove to myself, because I had money, I had stake in the game, that I was going to do this. Mm-hmm. And I'm still here. And I had somebody today too say, basically, no, they weren't interested. This is something they got to do by themselves. And I'm like, no.
Why do that?
Why do it by yourself? We have the solution for so many things. We have the solution to help people with medical problems, like with their diabetes and with their weight, obesity that's in the United States, and loneliness. I mean, we have the solutions, and it's a solution. It's not just one thing. It's not take these pills. It's a solution that we have, a lifestyle solution. I mean, you work on yourself from the inside out, and it shows. So I started off as a coach. I just was like, okay, I heard there was a discount. Sign me up. Mama 4, frugal mom. I'll take the discount. But then friends started saying, what are you doing? You look different. So I started sharing. And so some people may kind of call that a hobby coach, where, you're just kind of doing your thing. And if people ask what's going on, you ask them to join you. And then you may start some more ripple effects and really take this on, and you can be a full-time coach. I mean, Erin left her, and she'll tell you more about that, but she left her teaching job to do this full-time. I'm a little different because I've been a stay-at-home mom for 22 years. That's all I wanted to do. But I will tell you that this came at the perfect time because my youngest was going to kindergarten and I needed some more people to take care of. And that's what coaching did for me. It gave me people to take care of and to cheer on. And so I just started this because it was fun. It seriously was fun. It gave me something, it gave me purpose. Got my nails done. I could get my hair done. It massages, but then I have one in college. So it has evolved into so much more. It's involved into paying for my children's travel sports and my daughter's cheerleading and my son's rent at college and trips. I get to take my daughter on an amazing trip. There's so much. It's I know I don't want to word vomit, but there's so much. But it seriously just begins with you. It can completely begin with you and your own accountability. But when you got that title coach, you kind of think you got to step up your game a little bit. And the challenge groups are incredible, but this community here, these coaches, it's out of this world.
I know. We've met our best friends, haven't we? Okay, so we're going to pass it on to Lindsay. And so tell us a little more about you and then reasons why people kind of join and become as coaches. Lindsay. Hey, girl. Single mom in it.
Yeah, I'm single mom in it over here. So I just finally got the toddler down with a show and the baby girl in her crib. So I was really excited to be able to come on live tonight and share just a little bit of my heart and my story with you all. So I've been a coach for about 3 years. I loved this opportunity because I saw, just like you see with Erin and Jenny sitting side by side, my coach who invited me to help me battle postpartum depression. I saw what was going on with her and her other coaches and this positive energy that she had because of the people she was surrounding herself with. And I don't know about you all, but I had that a little bit on my high school sports teams. I had that a little bit with my roommates in college. But at 31 years of age, after having my first kiddo, I was really feeling a little lost. I was staying at home and I didn't have a work crew. I didn't have a tribe. And that's what first attracted me to this business and what I knew without a doubt, because what I saw it was doing for my friend and everyone that she knew in this business, that it could also do for me. And as I started to become a little bit more involved with coaching, as I started to see success in my own business and I started to be able to pay for Christmas gifts. It was year 2 and I paid for every single one of our Christmas gifts. Every single, anytime I wanted to go get my nails done, I love that Jenny just said that. And all the little perks that I always felt guilty for asking for that extra money from our family income for, I didn't have to worry about as much because I had some supplemental income coming in. And then as other people started to join me and saying, hey, I want to do this coaching thing too, I really started to see that this wasn't just fun. This just wasn't a part-time gig for me. This is something that I want to take a step further. So as I continue with my business, I'm growing, and Jenny talked about the different types of coaches, and I'm really looking at becoming a full-time coach and making this an income that could surpass what I used to make as a teacher. So tonight, I just wanted to share a little bit with you about reasons why people become coaches. So you've already heard a little bit about why Jenny and I joined the community, and that was for the community. We've met our best friends. We're meeting like-minded people. We get to travel with one another. We just got a majority of our team a ton of people from our team just got back from a cruise. It was my husband and I's first cruise, and my husband got to see the positive impacts that all of my family in my coaching tribe has given me, and that was incredible. So the community is a huge part of why anyone would want to become a coach. As you heard, the extra income can cover things as simple as groceries, and have really helped coaches on our team even cover student loans. And like I said, potentially surpass our full-time incomes. But we get to choose. We get to choose if we just want to put in the work to be able to make a little bit of money, or we want to put in the work and make a lot more money. And it really is the amount of work that we put into this and what we get from this. And another reason that you heard, I think both of us say so far, is purpose. This business has given me and anyone who's joined my team purpose, farther than we could ever really explain or describe. I always loved helping others as a teacher, but now I'm doing it in a way that's so much more personable. And, I'm helping women through things that I struggle with, like postpartum depression. And I have a family member who's an addict, and I get to talk to people not just about fitness and nutrition, and getting a more positive mindset. We get to connect, and I feel more human because we interact on a human level. And I've never heard of a job where you get to do that. So I know a lot of people who, when they become a coach, say, I've really found my purpose. And it's the best feeling in the world. And more than anything, because you can make money, because you can find purpose, because you can find friends, because you can own a business on your own, in your own time, between putting the baby down for bed and making sure the toddler's set up with toys, or going in between your kids' games if they're a little bit older. Or maybe you're a single person and you're just trying to figure out like what life has to offer you. This is accountability on every level, not just in our personal journey for making sure we get a workout in, making sure that we eat as good as we can throughout the days, and making sure that we're overcoming negative things that come on our way in our life. We hold each other accountable with that. And when I became a coach, it was next level. When I was in a challenge group, I started living a healthier lifestyle. But when I became a coach, I'm going to cry just talking about it, but I found accountability in being the best version of me and becoming the woman that I was meant to be and God created me to be. And that, for me, are reasons that it's hard to describe because it's so personal for each and every person, and each and every one of you who are listening to this, I'm sure, has different needs in your life, different struggles, different aspirations. And I think that this coaching opportunity can be so fulfilling on so many different levels, no matter where you're at in your journey and no matter what path you've already taken in life. This will meet you where you're at, and this will give you an opportunity to go farther on that personal journey and to be accountable in the things that you know will make you better. So on that note, I'll turn it back over to Erin.
Lindsay, you're awesome. Okay. So Mary said she really loved your story. So I thought that was sweet, Mary. So thanks for dropping that. So you guys, you're watching this live tonight or watching the recording. We just want you to know that I'm the girl who was like, okay, tell me the red tape or the what if, or what's the word I'm looking for? Like the catch, right? What's the catch? Because I was the girl that was so skeptical about signing up. I actually said yes to my coach after a couple of months of saying no. And then as soon as I purchased a challenge pack to get enrolled in her group and start my journey, I actually called to cancel everything because I knew it was such a gimmicker. There was something wrong with it. And isn't that so ridiculous? And I'm so thankful that the guy on the phone was like, maybe you should try it first. like maybe you should like give it a shot before you cancel it all. And I'm like, and I really remembered being like, that was an interesting response. Okay, maybe I will. Because nothing had ever worked for me. And I was always on a sports team and was missing that in my adult life. And I felt alone like everybody else, but I also felt like that women were catty and judgmental, and that this kind of community did not exist. But I gave it a shot. And so I joined immediately as a coach because of the discount, and that sounded good to me. But I also was very attracted to this coach title. And so I started on this journey 7 years ago, and I'm still here today. And I never in 1,000,000 years would imagine that I'd be giving you a presentation or talking to you about what it's like to be a coach, because I was a high school English teacher with 2 kiddos, 2 and under. And I thought that's what I was supposed to do with the rest of my life. And I never even knew there would be an opportunity that existed in this world where I could be my own boss from home and be able to make an income that far surpassed what I was doing as teaching, and that my job would be to be on my own journey with lots of ups and downs, okay, without being perfect, without being a bikini model. I never imagined that my job could be an example for other people, Erin, and cheer people on their journey. And that's my job. And when I say cheer people on their journey, what I get to do as a coach is that I show up every day on my journey, and I also show up every day on other people's journeys and cheer them on. And I cheer on my customers who are also going to work out and drink Shakeology, but I also cheer on my coaches and help them build their businesses. And so that's what I get to do for a job. And it blows me away because I get to do it from home. Like the room that Jenny and I are sitting in now is like a catch-all room with toys and storage and whatever. And I got to change this room into a home office. And I get to wake up every morning and wake up my kiddos and make them breakfast and put them on the bus and do things I never imagined would be possible had it not been for this business coming into my life. The women that you see on this call that you hear from tonight, and the coaches that are on our team that invite you to watch this, like I never knew that they would be a part of my life until coaching came into this. And so there's so many possibilities with this. And what's cool is that I feel like I've surrounded myself with all the women in the world that are super cool and that are positive and that are like growth mindset. They have a growth mindset and they want to be a better version of themselves. And that's really what our team is about. And so, but I want to go back to this catch, like how you get started and what that looks like, because you're like, yeah, that sounds great, whatever. This is all like touchy feely and makes my heart swell. But like, what does all this mean? So getting started as a coach is really simple. And what I love about this business is that you don't have to, the only purchase you have to make to become a coach is to start your own journey. So like, be a challenger in your coaches group, start using Beachbody On Demand, start drinking Shakeology. And we have all these different starter packages. That's what I like to call them, where things are bundled together, where you can get our fitness programs, you can get our nutritional programs, and you can get started on your fitness journey. All you have to do to become a coach is to start your journey. You don't have to buy inventory. You do not have to manage a website and sell things and return things and work with have customer service in that kind of capacity, because Beachbody does that for you. And so when you join as a coach, you'll be starting your journey and you will have the opportunity to pay it forward to others immediately. And I always like to say, it's kind of like attending your favorite, going to your favorite restaurant. What you would recommend to someone else is what you would recommend to your friends and family. And so there's literally no catch. There's a 30-day refund on everything. And that helped me. So I feel like I have to mention that. I kind of feel like you don't need to know about that because I think you're going to fall in love, but that helps me. There's a 30-day refund on everything that you get. There's no red tape. You can cancel at any time. There's literally no catch. I know. And I asked that question, what's the catch? What's really cool about this is that you will save 25% on all of your products as a coach. So your Shakeology, your Energize, which a lot of us call our mom crack, you're going to save 25% on that. You're also going to be able to earn a 25% commission or more based on what you help other people get started with our solutions. And so you're not going to be held to any high standard to have to be sell a certain amount or to I don't know. You're not going to have, that's your choice, because when you're a coach, this is your business. You're part of our team, and we'll wrap our arms around you and help you get started and answer all the questions that you have. But we're not going to be like, hey, Lindsay, you signed up as a coach. Now you got to sell X, Y, and Z. Like, that's just not going to happen, because this literally gets to be the business that you want it to be, and when you're ready to make it whatever it is that you want it to be. Because the number one thing that we will tell you all day long, be on your own journey. And that's what we preach on to our teammates. Like, because it's really hard to be authentic and help someone get started on their journey if you're not feeling super confident about yours. And so we know that. So we're not going to make you like sell something that you don't like love or feel really confident about. And so the number one thing we're going to tell you is like, girl, get started and come in and join us in our accountability groups. Spend 1, 2, 3 weeks on this journey. Use your Shakeology, start using Beachbody On Demand, start getting some results no matter how big or small, and you're going to understand how this is going to be a total solution for the people that you love most. And I feel like that's the most amazing way to get started. And so tonight, what you'll want to do by the end of this call, by the end of this recording, is you'll want to make a decision. And I'll talk to you more about that in just a few moments. But you're going to want to be able to say, all right, sisters, like, that sounds good. I want to do this. I want to join your team, and I want to be on my journey because I have some goals myself. Okay. And I'm going to work on my journey for a while. Or you're going to say, all right, sisters, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to get started on my journey, but I also have some friends and family in mind. Because the thing of it is, and I'm going to throw this number out to you, the number 3. Okay. When you help 3 people in your life start this with you, okay, the same way you do, like, and we are going to make a recommendation. We're going to hear you. What do you struggle with? What kind of results do you want? What do you need? That kind of thing. We're going to listen to what you need. And we're going to say, okay, here's our recommendation for getting started. And then you're going to do that. Okay. And then I'm going to be like, all right, so let's get 3 of your friends started the same way, or your mom or your sister, whoever. Because when you help 3 people come in with you, which is way cooler to have 3 friends come in and do this with you. I did this with friends, and it was so much, oh my gosh, so much more fun. And you are going to be able to cover your cost of getting started. Okay, so like whatever it costs you to start, you can cover that the same day that you start. And that's what a lot of people work towards in that first week of becoming a coach. Like, why would you want to do this alone? We don't want to do it alone. And so that's something that I want you to think about. So do you want to get started? Do you want to do this for yourself on your own journey? Number 1. Number 2, do you want to do this and think about a few friends and family that you would also like to become part of this with you? Okay, because it's way more fun when you have friends and family do it with you. So I'm going to pass it over to Gina.
Gina said we were frozen.
Oh, we're frozen?
She could hear us, but we were frozen.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully it was a good frozen face. Maybe it was just frozen on Gina's end. I think it's starting to rain. I mean, that's why. I think it's starting to rain. All right. So, Gina, I'm going to pass it over to your girlfriend. And you're going to talk about some of those objections that you had in the beginning, okay?
Hi, ladies. I am just getting off work, so I apologize for me rushing on a little bit later than I had anticipated. I am a juvenile probation officer here in Indianapolis, and I also work with DCS. So can you imagine why I need to do this, right? This is a complete different aspect for me than what I do during my day job, and it really gives me the stress management that I need to maintain and get to deal with things throughout the day, because it can get pretty hectic. I can tell you, I joined initially. I got started. I used to always work out all the time, but I want to stay committed, and so I went to a Shaun T event here in the city, and I was like hooked at that point. And I didn't know anything about, I didn't even know anything about Beachbody. I went just because it was Shaun T. And then after that, I started making the connections, and Aaron reached out to me, and it was like history from there. So I'm going to do everything I can, no matter what it takes, no matter how crazy my job is, no matter if I have to do 60 hours a week, to make sure that I stay on this journey, because it is something that I desperately realized once I got started that I needed to function. This is my therapy. So for those of you who have a chaotic, crazy life like I do, this is definitely my therapy, and it may be that for you too. So a little bit about some of the objections that you may have heard. It took me almost 2 years as well to make a decision to start. I was hesitant more so than anything because of the cost. I'm raising my nephew. I've had him since he was 5. He is 15 now, and he eats like a 400-pound man. So trying to balance the financial aspects of that, and he's 6'1". So trying to balance the financial aspects of raising someone else's child that I did not birth, that I don't get any financial assistance with, that I'm working at probation. I don't make, everybody knows how much you make working for the city. It's not a whole lot of money there. And so this was able to subsidize a lot of my income for me. And it gave me the opportunity to work out and help other people. That's what I do. I love to serve. And so if you're one of those women who love to serve, but you need that support and you want to serve in a different way, you will be able to do that during this opportunity. So some of the objections that I hear and some of the things I said myself, like, I don't have time. Well, I can relate to that. I have like 8 different jobs that I do. I'm a youth leader at church. I teach 2 free classes a week at church. That is part of my ministry through church. I am an event planner. I do nails. I have like all these things going on, right? But I still want to make sure that I make time, not just for me, but to serve other women who I know can benefit from this. My mother died of cancer almost 25 years ago. And one of the things that really strikes me that I get from this group is that if you're not taking care of yourself, nobody's going to call you out in judgment, but they will encourage you to go to the doctor. So if you're not getting the proper nutrition, and when you see one of us go to the doctor, we're going to share it with you. If it's time for a mammogram, it's going to be shared that you need to do that. So that objection of not having time is really not one that we support, really. You're not going to get dinged for it, but we know that in order for you to live a healthier life, you have so much to live for. I don't know if everybody here still has their mother, but I don't. So it's important for me to be able to share what I've learned in the years that I had with my mom, with everyone that I come in contact with. And a lot of the women here have become that mother figure for me. Even though I'm 40 years old, I know I don't look like it, right? I get it. But they have become that mother figure for me. And they may not even know it. Like every time I see Miss Jenny, she's always welcoming and hugging. And we had a live workout a couple months ago, and I got to work out next to her and her daughter. So I'm trying to keep up with her young daughter beside me, and so that was like a motivation for me. And I really enjoyed that family support, because even though I have a family, I don't know if you've ever felt like you may have a big family or not so big family, and you still feel like there's no time for you to feel alone. If you feel alone, it's because you really ostracize yourself away from everybody else, but it's really impossible to do. You may have even said, or you've heard people say, I don't feel like I can motivate anyone. Well, let me tell you, people are definitely watching you. Whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your neighbor, if you're working during your day job, they're watching you and they are expecting you to say something. I go to court. We have this little thing in court where if somebody's phone goes off, you are to bring Longs Donuts to court the next day. They eat Longs Donuts a lot, but they call me the donut police because I don't say a word. When I come in, they hide the donuts. They say, oh, it's sugar-free, it's this or that, or they bring in Tim's Donuts or the other brand of donut. I don't say a word, but just me being an example for others is motivating them. Now, they didn't all make the choice to become a coach. That I understand that. But for me to be an example before them also motivates me, because I don't want to eat anything or do anything that's going to jeopardize somebody else's healing and their success on their journey. Or if I don't do the things I'm supposed to, then they don't, and they could have a heart attack, their diabetes could be out of control, high cholesterol, all those different risk factors that we can reduce just by taking better care of ourselves. And becoming a coach gave me that additional accountability that I didn't have when I was just doing it on my own. So I would encourage you to try that. Too expensive. What I didn't mention is I'm an extreme couponer. So for me to make a choice to do this was really something I had to think through, because I wanted to make sure that every dime if I can get it for free, I wanted to get it for free. So that discount, I was all for the discount. But then when I started drinking it, and in my first month, I lost 17 pounds, I was addicted. And then when I started using the Energize, I call it my mama juice. I don't call it mama crack. I call it mama juice, because working in my field, they hear me say anything about crack, they may think I need a case. So I don't use that word in particular. So I have to drink both of them. I lost sleep not having my mama juice because I ran out, wasn't paying attention. So the products that we use are really good for your body. They're really, as far as reducing your cancer risk factor, that's something I really am an advocate of. It definitely helps keep you on track with that. People say I'm not a salesperson. You don't have to be a salesperson. We're not selling anything. We are sharing this amazing opportunity with other women who may need it. Women have so many things they go through and so many experiences they have. We take on so many things that people don't even know about. And in this circle of friendship, you don't have to do it alone. I've made connections with people here. I've roomed with people my third month, I think I was in the business. We went to Summit and I was rooming with complete strangers. Who does that? People you don't even know. You've never even had at your house. You never eat lunch with, but you're rooming with 4 of us in a shower at the same time. Nobody cares about cellulite or skin. Nobody cares. The opportunity to be in a room full of women who are supporting you no matter what the journey is, what you're going through, women that you will trust. I trust these women most of the time more so than some of my family members because I know they're going to have my back. And so this is what, you're not going to get this from a gym membership. You're not going to get this by becoming a coach at another business and have this support. It's just not going to happen. So those objections can pretty much just go out of the window. I want to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you don't know what's gonna happen until you actually do it. I did not know that last year I would be on the circle working out with 70,000 people, or how many ever it was for a summit. And it is an awesome experience that I will never have. Every time I go to the Colt Stadium, I talk to people about, I was here last year with all my girls cheering and screaming like we were at a Colts game, but it was all about health and fitness. It was all about helping women have that experience of having a better life. And I cannot wait to have each of you there with us. I'm hoarse now. I'm going to even be hoarse then because I'm going to be screaming to the top of my lungs. That's what we do. Maybe you'll get Miss Jenny to do a cheer for you. I don't know. She may do a split or something, a cartwheel. I don't know. But I want to encourage you, if I say nothing else, to give this opportunity a try. Those objections are just objections. They do not have to hold you back from you becoming your best self.
I think you might have to be done now, right?
Miss Gina, I will tell you that I've been known to put on a cheer uniform if I have to cheer people on. I've done it.
She has. That is true. She will dress up however you need her to show up. Birthday parties, whatever. She'll do it. That was so fun. Thank you, Gina. Love your energy and your spirit and your heart. Okay, Lindsay. All right. You're bringing us to the home stretch, girlfriend.
All right. I mean, Gina, I really, that was the mic drop. I don't know if there's much more to be said, but I'll kind of put it all together, bring it on home from all the great points that Gina just made. This, like she said, this is for you. If you're feeling that nudge of maybe you want to give this a try, maybe this tribe would be good for you, maybe you could benefit for you, I encourage you to just throw out the objections and throw out the maybe and think about these questions that I have for you. Because if even one of these apply to you, you're in the exact right place, and we want you to join the team tonight. If all of them speak to you, then this is your wake-up call. This is the time. This is now, okay? So here's my question. Are you ready for change? That could be personally, physically, emotionally, career-wise. Are you just ready for change in any aspect of life? Are you looking for more? Are you looking to find any kind of purpose for yourself? Are you feeling unfulfilled? Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling like you don't have enough time for one other thing? Are you feeling like you want to be a better example? Are you wanting to determine what makes you come alive and feel lit up inside? Are you wanting to learn more ways to exercise personal strengths that you have and maybe you can't do that in your current job? Are you looking for part-time fun money to just be able to do those little things that you kind of feel guilty spending money on right now? Are you looking to make a full-time income, to not go back to work where you have in the past? Are you wanting more from life? Are you wanting to find something that is just simply more Are you ready to be consistent? Consistent in growing as a person, as a professional? Are you ready to have accountability for you showing up for you and to feel supported? Are you ready to really feel like Gina said it perfectly, like somebody who has your back, just like family? And more than anything, are you ready to lock arms with a group of women and men who will inspire you every day, virtually and in person? They'll inspire you to be your best self, and they will accept you just the way you are, because there is not one cookie cutter kind of coach on our team. We have coaches from all walks of life. If any of these questions spoke to you and you're like, yes, Lindsay, yes, Gina, yes, Aaron, yes, Jenny, everything that you're saying, or one little thing that you're saying that spoke to me so much is true, then you're exactly where you need to be, and you don't need to think about maybes, and you don't need to think about objections. So just consider those questions, and if you need me to send them to you so you can reflect on them, just let me know. Send me a message. I got them for you, girl or guy. But I'm going to leave it at that and turn it back over to Aaron.
I think we're done, you guys. Thank you so much for your time. So all you have to do tonight is to reflect on this and reach out to the coach who asked you to watch this or to be here tonight and have a discussion. Like, the worst thing you can do is like a coach send you this, you watch it and not say anything, because we know that there's something about this that spoke to you. And I just have to be super honest that we don't send this or invite you to watch this unless we really, really want you to. Like, it's not like, you guys, we're so picky and choosy of who we want as a part of this tribe, okay? And so this means something that you were invited. It really does. And so I want you to take it seriously, and I want you to take some time to think about it. But we have new coach trainings for you to join. We have our challenge groups for you to jump right into. We have all kinds of awesome opportunities for you to start on your own journey, but also to learn more about this life-changing business. And it's time to make a decision. And I always like to say, what if?
I was just going to say that too.
You know, because I grew up in a someday we'll make that happen, Aaron, kind of home. And I don't feel like I ever have to say that to my children. But what I don't want to happen is for you to say, what if I didn't do that? What if you did? You know, think about how your life could change, let alone the life of your children or the people in your family in your home that you're raising or that you're impacting in your community. What if, right? That's all you have to ask yourself, because we've already covered that nothing bad can happen and there's no catch and there's no gimmick, right? So like, seriously, and legit, like, the invitation to be a part of this was 100% authentic if it came from someone on our team, which it did, 100%. And I have to say that. We need a lot of people in our line of business, and this was authentic to invite you to be a part of this. So we want you to take it seriously. We want you to be a part of this team. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Connect with your coach. We cannot wait to welcome you to our team page. It's going to be so fun. Hey, Lindsay, Gina, Jenny, oh my gosh, you guys, amazing job tonight. Thanks so much for sharing your heart. It was so amazing. So you guys have a great night, a great rest of your week. We appreciate your time so much.